Hey everybody, I'm back again, and I'm here to talk to you about teacher questions. As I said before, I'm teaching a class, and a lot of all the students in the class are alternate route teachers, and they come with a lot of different questions about how to do something, what to do, and they want some tips and things. And I found that these questions are absolutely vital, not just to new teachers, but all teachers. So what I'm doing is I'm taking two or three, maybe four, but a few of the questions that they have, and I'm going to record them and give them out to all of you. All right, so I'm doing two of them today, two of the questions. One is parent letters, and the other one is silent treatment. Parent letter, silent treatment. So let's jump into parent letter. Now, for parent letter, basically what had happened with this is with the parent letter, we were talking about the beginning of the school year and the letter that you send home to the parents. And what is it that you say? You talk about your expectations. You have to show some way that you connect with the parents so that you're friendly and then you're understandable and all those kind of things. But along with that, I started talking to them about, what anything that you send home as far as a letter to the parents, what do you do to get them to read it? You really want them to read it. And some of the things that I had said to them was, number one, the older the student, the less wording you need to put into the letter. The older the student, the less info you need to put into the letter. And the reason is this: when you have elementary, the elementary parents, for the most part, are going to read everything that comes home. It's their baby. They're just in school. They want to find out all the details of everything. As you move up, you get into your middle school time, junior high, parents like, you know what, I got this. I know what school's about. Let me look at this. If it's a new program, they might look it all through, but they're not necessarily going to read every little thing that's in that letter. By the time you get to high school, the parents are like, you know what, I've been there, done there, got this. Your freshman parents or your new to the school parents, they're going to read everything because they know, what's going on. But for the most part, and also going back to middle school and high school parents, you might not even get home when you send a letter home, or even if you're sending an email. I'm talking about any kind of communication that you're sending a letter home. It doesn't have to be an actual piece of paper. So what do you do to make sure that your message hits home so that they really understand what it is that you're going to say? So I told them one of the magazines that I used to read quite a bit was Men's Health magazine. Men's Health. Here it is right here. Here's an old issue of Men's Health that I used to subscribe to. Love this magazine. Really great, great stuff in there. One of the things that they started doing in Men's Health years ago, and I don't even know what year, this is April 2002. I still keep all of my magazines here. They started to realize that men don't read. We don't read that much, and they want to maintain their client base. They want to have articles that are something that men will all read through. So what they started to do, and I'll show you here, in articles, they started either bolding or highlighting specific areas within the article. And these are the most important parts in that article that they are highlighting or they're focusing on. So therefore, what men would do is, you're reading this along, and it's like, oh, they go to the highlighted part and they see all the important, pertinent things real quick. They get the gist of it. You know what? I'm going to go back and read more of this because, hey, it talks about here vitamins prevent the formation of scar tissue after angioplasty. Oh, that's interesting. Well, let me go back and read this here all the way through. Makes a lot of sense. That's just another one. Let's see. Here's another article that they had. All right. Again, they highlighted specific parts of the article and bolded certain parts of the article so that, men or people who are reading it will really see. Let's see here. Drinking more than 3 cups of decaffeinated coffee a day could make you more likely to develop arthritis when you get older. Oh, you know what? I'm going to read the rest of this. So it hits the main parts. So when you're sending a letter home to some parents, consider bolding certain parts of that letter. No, you say, you're putting whatever information the test is going to be on, bold that part. And then you give some more information that says, the overall assessments throughout the classroom are X, Y, and Z. So what you need to do is just really bring light to specific areas in the letter that you really want them to take note to. Underline certain things. Think of italics, bold, underline. I personally like to bold things. If I'm sending out emails that's kind of lengthy, things that are important, I bold, and I might even do a little highlight on. It might take a few extra minutes, but it makes a lot of difference, and you get that information out to the parents the way that they need to. So there you go. There's a little bit of information I think will really help with those parent letters. And again, higher up the grades, the less information that you need. Very much like, you know what, when you get to high school, you need to do this, you need to do this on this date, done. Boom. There you go. Parents will be like, got it, boom. If they have extra questions, I'll reach back to you and they'll get the extra questions. So that's some good stuff for you. All right, second thing we're going to talk about is silent treatment. Silent treatment. So we had one student who said that she had to do a little bit of a reset in the classroom, meaning that she had to get everybody's attitude straight. So to reset the expectations and everything in the classroom. And in doing that, she kind of got on one of her students pretty hard. She's a young teacher, and somehow it got out what her age is. So the kids started thinking, oh, hey, you know our slang, you're young. And they started getting a little too friendly, a little too loose in the classroom. So she got on this one student. This one student now is giving her the silent treatment. So won't talk to you, have nothing to say, come into the class, just walks right by you. And so, she had said to me, got the student, so, what are you doing about that? So every time I see them, I'm like, hello, hey, or let's say his name's Stevie. Hey, Stevie. Hi, Stevie. What's going on, Stevie? She goes right next to him all the time and everything like that. And he keeps, again, she says, I'm going to break him. I'm going to break him. I know what it's like. I said, watch it. When a student gives the silent treatment, in one way you're thinking, good, they shut up, but the other part of it is, it's a power struggle. They have power over you. They know that you want them to talk to them, so therefore they're going to hold out until they say when they're going to talk. It's a power struggle. Last I checked, you're in charge of the classroom. You're the teacher. So I suggested to her, don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Don't pay attention to him. Nothing. Like he's not even there. Mind you, still be a teacher, be, safety, instruction, blah, 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 all that stuff. If he acts up, get on him, whatever like that. But don't go out of your way. You need to take the power back from that student because that student knows that he has you. There are cases, obviously, that there's, some mental issues, some other issues, IEP issues, things like that. Okay. Deal with them as they may. If it says something in IEP or in the plan, you handle it. But for the most part, if you have a student who's giving you a silent treatment, think of it as this is a balance of power. You have the power in the classroom. Stop trying to be everybody's friend. Stop trying to be buddy-buddy and run your class. You know what? You give them silent treatment? Fine. Silent treatment right back. You're done. And they'll come back. They'll come back. They'll start saying something. They'll get back into the fold. Make sure that they kept them to the same expectations, same everything. But you know what? I'm not here to be buddy-buddy friends with you. We're here to learn. Yes, I want to have a positive classroom environment. Yes, I want everything to go well. Yes, I want you to be safe. But I don't have time for this. This needs to get taken care of. This needs to be done. All right? So those are my two things to talk about. We talked about parent letter, making sure that, if you want to get your message home, you want to get that message, whatever the important part is, put it in bold, highlight it, use italics, whatever it is that you do. But don't do one thing in one letter and something different in another letter and something different in another letter. If you're going to use bold and highlights, use bold and highlights. Then the parents start to realize this is how they do things. This is how things work. All right? Do it that way. Also, if you have a student who's trying to give you the silent treatment, whether it's high school, in this situation we're talking about is high school. Whether it's high school, elementary, deal with it a little bit differently. Talk to your guidance counselor or something, because sometimes in elementary it's really emotional and things like that, but it's still a power struggle. You're in charge of that classroom. Act like it. All right? So there's your teacher questions. There's your answers. Boom. I'm done. I'm out. Thanks a lot.